Tuesday, Mars Day, chapter 3 of my artist diaries. And I am an Aries Mars, and I have an Aries stellium, and Mars was Aries, Aries was whatever, however you say it, okay? Thank you. Ownership and leadership through creativity. Today I annotate my book and write a chapter. In consideration of viewing my own story online from an outsider's perspective, if the inspiration I provide prompts an intrusion of comparative fear, take it. That's how you know. Underlined. It's not how you know, but you know that. You know that. I know that. What remains is ownership. What follows is a leader. Do you love him? Wait. How cute. Okay. Actions that I have acted. Excuse me. Actions that have acted as driving forces in my creation. The first two I've written is choosing my own evolution instead of somebody else's comfortability. Huge. This is a big one for me recently. Radical self-acceptance and forgiveness. Finishing something I have started. I'm meant to finish that, aren't I? I had a conversation. Well, it wasn't a conversation. I was just very honest about something with a longtime friend that I was feeling recently. And I chose to cut it. And it has everything to do with that first line, choosing my own evolution instead of somebody else's comfortability. I know what involves my evolution as a person. And I've done this super fucking hard, gritty, nasty shit that I don't have to do that anymore. And it can be easy. It can be easy to see what includes my evolution personally and what I need to do to ensure that. And it's something that I would just teeter on. But I know what it looks like now, and I know. Okay. Finishing something I've started. And the last one I put here, and I've written it in capitals, is playing. Bold and underlined. Rest, relaxation, fun without judgment, a story that came to me. And then I thought about, okay, so playing. Rest, relaxation, fun without judgment. And when I wrote that, I thought about a story that had come to me around New Year's. And I had a little bit of a smoke. I was by myself. Sun was fucking hot as shit. I was by my pool at my apartment. And I was just like hydrated. Vape in hand. I was just feeling good. I was living my best life. And that's when the story came to me. And it became guns blazing, full force, and it came correct. The story came correct. And then I thought about it when I watched the movie, but there's a scene in, if you've seen the new Michael Jackson biopic, there's a scene where he's pretty much doing the same thing. He's just like in the pool, like kicking back. And I had to Google it today because he says something when he does it. He says, the songs are already there. I just have to be relaxed enough to receive them. So it's funny because when I was like teeing up today of that, those were my notes. It was ownership and leadership through creativity. And then it was what actions have acted as driving forces in my creation? What actions have I taken? And I consider all those things to be actions. And all those things are a broader outline of small specific actions, because I know those actions, because I take those actions, because I see those actions for what they are when I take them. So yeah, that is where I'm at for Tuesday, Mars Day. And I don't know if I'll write a chapter on my book, but I'll definitely start one, because finishing something I've started doesn't mean I have to finish it today, does it? And what is inspiring me right now, and this is just, I just was thinking about it before, myself, my reflection, not funny. It's not funny because I am inspiring myself. I'm inspiring myself really hard fucking core. Myself, my reflection, all of the ways people will see me which have nothing to do with me. Sensuality. And then I've just put, it is a lifelong devotion to yourself. So I'm probably going to shower, have some food. I'm going to dance my little pants off in my bedroom, looking at myself in the mirror. And then I'm going to write. I'm going to start a new chapter of my book. Not of this book. Of an actual book. All right. Happy Mars Day. 2 things, maybe. I don't know. So when I watched back that first clip, when I was first watching it, I was thinking that I didn't look good. And what the fuck is up with that? What the fuck is up with that? I'm sorry, but you cannot get in your head about something that you don't believe is true and that you know is untrue. Okay, thank you. Second thing. Oh, how annoying. That was my second thing, is how, and is it annoying? Because I don't know. Perception's a funny thing, hey? Perception is a funny thing. And that's it. And what I was also thinking about, okay, third thing. What I was also thinking about is I can't promise that. I can't promise that because it's within me to not only speak to myself, but also to speak to myself. Everything is a reflection of you. Which is why I'm so goddamn motherfucking devoted to myself. Because I know. And I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. It's giving Rudolph a bit. Why do you think that is? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. So, hold that thought. Hold it. You're just gonna have to hold it. You're just gonna have to hold the thought. You're just gonna have to hold it. And the joke is, didn't have one. However, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying sitting chatting. It'll be interesting to see how you progress in the next 7 weeks after this. If the length of these stay the same length, I am feeling it in my heart that I'm feeling it. I'm seeing how much stagnant fucking energy was sitting in me by not sitting here and speaking like I am. Like, so much stagnant energy. It almost like, it's like almost making me emotional, but it's not. It's making me, do you ever have that where it's like you don't feel like you're about to cry, but it's almost like there's a past version of yourself that would have cried in that moment, whereas this one is, it's the passion that I was suppressing. Oh my God. I need to be more aware of the positions I put my body in, because that's why. Okay. And just on what I was speaking on, actually, that's not what I wanted to speak about. What I wanted to speak about was, because I spoke on alchemy in the first chapter that I filmed, and when I had the conversation that I just mentioned before with a friend I had, and even just posting this shit, like posting myself out there in a very real, unstagnant, passionate, true fucking manner, is I woke up this morning and I felt fucking incredible. I woke up, I just immediately had this wave of just like, not even a wave of it's gonna be a good day, not even a wave of I'm excited for this. It was just a wave of just warmth and happiness. And I put my headphones in and I listened to music. My alarm went off, put it on for half an hour, put my headphones in, put on like just like a manifesting type playlist that I made, and I just listened, and I was just visualizing as I lay there not asleep, and I just felt so fucking good. I felt so good. I felt so free in how I was doing it. And I'm not going to tell you what I was manifesting. I'm not going to do it. And then after, so there was like half an hour, woke up, got up, and I was just like, I was vibing, man. I was vibing. And I immediately heard like alchemy. And I was like, shit. That is what happens when you follow it. That is what happens when you follow your own fucking blueprint. That is what happens when you take action on what you know to be true and you feel in your heart. That is what happens, and that is how you alchemize the fucked shit cup that is sent your way, the negative thoughts, the comments, the all of it. Anything bad anyone has to say about you, any fucking evil eye they send your way, when you do that shit, that is what alchemy can look like, Jules. That is what alchemy looks like for you. Okay? Because you've done it. Fucking A I have. So, on that note, not AI. It's not on that note. It's not on that note. Because there was another note. Should I just flip? Let's have some fun. I'm just going to flip to something. Initiation following creation. Brave enough to go first. Charlotte website. Stop relying on external factors to embody your star energy. Those were notes from a session. It was like a group session with Brooke, and I think it was for fire signs. I think it was. It was for fire signs. Are you good? And it was fabulous. And that last one was me. Stop relying on external factors to embrace your star energy. And I have. I've stopped relying on external factors. And this isn't about telling you how fucking good it feels, because you know. I have written some themes down that have been coming up over the past couple of days. And I'm going to have to add to it as well, which is obviously self-trust. And the thing is, and I saw Doechii talk about this on her Artist's Way that she did on YouTube, and I'm really excited because I started watching it after I filmed, or like the day I filmed this, and I talked about that in one of the last clips. Actually, it was the first thing that I said. So you have to go back to the start of the video if you wanna understand what I mean. And she's talking about God, and me, God, universe, same cut, cut. Same thing. And she was talking about how knowing God has this, it's the source, it's there, it's already there. But going, what the fuck? Like, where the fuck? Fucking show me. And truthfully, there have not been. Where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? Themes. In consideration of viewing my own story online from an outsider's perspective. ... If the inspiration I provide prompts an intrusion of comparative fear, take it. That is how you know. If the inspiration I provide prompts an intrusion of fear of comparison, take it. That is how you know. And what you don't do is backtrack for the fear of the external comparison. Because the intrusion is so little, if it exists, if it even exists. If it exists. And if it doesn't, who's watching this? You. So that's where I was going with that. In terms of what I'm creating, I know what I'm creating. And that was a wonderful reminder just then to remember that it is in pieces in a much better way than those pieces were. I'm so Aries impulsive though, because I am just like, what's next? And it's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a fucking bad thing. It's a fucking thing. Like, I love it. I love being someone that looks at what's next, that looks at the bigger picture, that looks at bits and pieces. That being said, this is here now, and what's next is already ready, which is also why I'm loving doing this so freely, and you know what I'm saying? It is a lifelong devotion to yours, motherfucker.